In the 6th century before the Christian era, religion was forgotten in India. The lofty teachings of the Vedas were thrown into the background. There was much priestcraft everywhere. The insincere priests traded on religion. They duped the people in a variety of ways and amassed wealth for themselves. They were quite irreligious. In the name of religion, people followed in the footsteps of the cruel priests and performed meaningless rituals. They killed innocent dumb animals and did various sacrifices. The country was in dire need of a reformer of Buddha's type. At such a critical period, when there were cruelty, degeneration and unrighteousness everywhere, reformer Buddha was born to put down priestcraft and animal sacrifices, to save the people and disseminate the message of equality, unity and cosmic love everywhere. Buddha's father was Suddhodana, king of the Sakyas. Buddha's mother was named Maya. Buddha was born in BC 560 and died at the age of 80 in BC 480. The place of his birth was a grove known as Lumbini, near the city of Kapilavastu, at the foot of Mount Palpa in the Himalayan ranges within Nepal. This small city Kapilavastu stood on the bank of the little river Rohini, some 100 miles northeast of the city of Varanasi. As the time drew nigh for Buddha to enter the world, the gods themselves prepared the way before him with celestial portents and signs. Flowers bloomed and gentle rains fell, although out of season, heavenly music was heard, delicious scents filled the air. The body of the child bore at birth the 32 auspicious marks, Mahavyanjana, which indicated his future greatness, besides secondary marks, Anuvyanjana, in large numbers. Maya died 7 days after her son's birth. The child was brought up by Maya's sister Mahaprajapati, who became its foster mother. Suddhodana thought that he might lose his precious son and tried his level best to make him attached to earthly objects. He surrounded him with all kinds of luxury and indulgence, in order to retain his attachment for pleasures of the senses and prevent him from undertaking a vow of solitariness and poverty. He got him married and put him in a walled place with gardens, fountains, palaces, music, dances, etc. Countless charming young ladies attended on Siddhartha to make him cheerful and happy. In particular, the king wanted to keep away from Siddhartha the 4 signs, which would move him to enter into the ascetic life. From this time on, said the king, let no such persons be allowed to come near my son. It will never do for my son to become a Buddha. What I would wish to see is, my son exercising sovereign rule and authority over the 4 great continents and the 2,000 attendant isles, and walking through the heavens surrounded by a retinue 36 leagues in circumference. And when he had so spoken, he placed guards for quarter of a league, in each of the 4 directions, in order that none of the 4 kinds of men might come within sight of his son. Buddha's original name was Siddhartha. It meant one who had accomplished his aim. Gautama was Siddhartha's family name. Siddhartha was known all over the world as Buddha, the enlightened. He was also known by the name of Sakya Muni, which meant an ascetic of the Sakya tribe. Siddhartha spent his boyhood at Kapilavastu and its vicinity. He was married at the age of 16. His wife's name was Yasodhara. Siddhartha had a son named Rahula. At the age of 29, Siddhartha Gautama suddenly abandoned his home to devote himself entirely to spiritual pursuits and yogic practices. A mere accident turned him to the path of renunciation. Gautama left forever his home, wealth, dominion, power, father, wife and the only child. He shaved his head and put on yellow robes. He marched towards Rajgriha, the capital of the kingdom of Magadha. There were many caves in the neighboring hills. Many hermits lived in those caves. Siddhartha took Kalamo, a hermit, as his first teacher. He was not satisfied with his instructions. He left him and sought the help of another recluse named Adako Ramputo for spiritual instructions. At last he determined to undertake yogic practices. He practiced severe tapas and pranayama for 6 years. He determined to attain the supreme peace by practicing self-mortification. He abstained almost entirely from taking food. He did not find much progress by adopting this method. He was reduced to a skeleton. He became exceedingly weak.